Okay, I have never played CrossCode before. I don't know what kind of game it is. I booted it up and to test the video settings, and the graphics look amazing, so I'm pretty excited just based on that. This font is very familiar, too. The UI looks really clean. Let's check it out. No worries. See you, Andrew. Have a good night. Catch you later. CrossCode is designed with challenge in mind for both combat and puzzles, and we encourage every player to try the game with its intended difficulty. However, if those challenges end up making the game less enjoyable or even inaccessible for you, we provide options to tweak the difficulty through the Assist tab in the Options menu. Wow. I'm bored with that. Appreciate their straightforwardness. Bento-chan. I really like the look of this game. Talk to a dying person and let him work until his last breath. It's pretty good so far. How did you go any further? Hold L left bumper to dodge. Okay. Floating damage numbers. This is the game I think I was least informed about from anything on the schedule. I don't know what I thought it was, but this is really cool already. Okay, so we do a little telegraph when I have to dodge. I like the damage number building in your combo and the size of it getting larger and larger. Weak to heat. I do like the dialogue scrolling while I'm running through the stage. Big fan of that. Not in stopping the gameplay. Charge. Press and hold right trigger. Sweet. The level threshold doesn't work in your favor. Noticing a lot of these modern sprite-based games have some sort of ambient graphical effect, like those little floating petals or dust motes or something. It's interesting. It makes it look modern. I guess it can look kind of flat if you don't do something like that. Satoshi! You're in no condition to do this kind of work with hack or something? Oh shit. Damn, okay. Oh, we're not on Earth. Sweet. We're like Japanese inspired. Maybe it's a colony? I guess we'll see. That escalated very quickly. Specializing avatar.
We've got this, Marstead. Where? How? Where? First try.
Do you remember VRPs? Virtual ricochet projectiles. Balls? Soundtrack reminds me of Chrono Trigger from the couple of sounds so far. That bass is very Yasunori Mitsuda. And all these robots with VRPs. Oh, interesting. I know, right now. So sometimes it's twin stick. No matter how far you throw. Charge mode. Aim for a longer time. Okay. Avoid enemies with circle. Ooh, that's cool. Be cool if I'm just stuck as a silent protagonist because of that. Leah. Got it. Pause menu, save the game. I really like the UI of this game. It's very clean looking. Clean UIs are a really big deal for me in games for some reason. Hey, thanks, Brewski. Sleep well. Start the other side of the room. This would be a puzzle. Okay, she can't see what I'm doing because I'm an avatar, right? Interesting, okay. I think it's largely a developer thing. Square has always had really clean UIs, even in their oldest games, I feel like. Okay. This game actually reminds me of the Chrono Trigger UI and soundtrack. I see. I gotta get up another step though. Sure. But I can ricochet it potentially off that wall. Cool. I've definitely played a lot of modern games that have really bad UI design. Let's see, tink that up over time. World of Warcraft, for example, has a terrible UI. And that's funny because Blizzard is usually really good at polish with all of their other games. I guess they just haven't bothered with redesigning it because they know people can mod it. Like Diablo 3 is pretty clean. Overwatch is really clean. Slack has add-ons, yeah. Really like that floating damage number effect. This game has a really good sense of hitting screen shake and the numbers popping up. Mm-hmm. Damage feel is really important, and a lot of games are bad at it. Actually, again, speaking of WoW, I've really been noticing that damage feel is lacking. I thought it really felt present when I tried out the Demon Hunter. Maybe because it's a very recent class design and they thought about that. But a lot of times I feel like I'm swinging at nothing in WoW, and it's really hard to know when I'm actually doing something. I like that the silent protagonist everyone knows is silent. I wonder if it's going to stay that way or they're going to fix her voice box. I'm kind of down with it being a permanent bug. That's cool. Just while she's an avatar. This game is sweet so far, I'm super digging it. First real enemies. Yeah, exactly. This is... Barkley 2 is kind of like Secret of Mana plus this. Left bumper, I assume. Yeah, still left bumper. With charge balls to cancel their attack, I see. This came out... Oh, this came out a while ago. I didn't realize this game was 6 years old. Just assumed it was more recent. Pretty sure this was made in 2012. I don't know what it would be a remake of. It's an indie game. Oh, it was in early access? Interesting. Really? So it's been in early access since 2012 and it just got a full release. Huh. Don't press right stick to do a melee attack. Okay. It's pretty fast. Okay. How long to be marked as 2012? That's why I put that. Does it say 2012 on How Long to Beat still, or did I mistype that maybe? I really like the choice of melee until you press the right stick. That feels really good. Okay. So I'll switch it to 2015 then. Maybe I can submit that to them too. Oops. Explain the circumstances. Just the way he is, okay. He's just walking around with a jetpack. I didn't even notice it on his art there. Having an avatar on board is calling for trouble. VRP dueling champ. I feel like VRP is very Japanesey, even though this is definitely a Western game. Who else would make a ridiculous acronym for fucking balls? I like that they commented on it at the beginning, too. It's like fate. Good night, Kevin. Sleep well. See you in the morning. We got CrossCode, Dungeons of Dreadmore, Blossom Tales, SteamWorld Dig 2, Golf Story, and Donut County to go. Oh sweet, I've never played it before. Spheromancer. I'm a ball wizard. Alrighty. What are those destructible boxes doing in that room anyway? I love all the dialogue that's happening while I'm moving through the game without having to stop and talk to people. It's great. Welcome to Crossworlds. What are the concept of an MMO? Yes! Crossworlds is like an MMO, just with one striking difference. The world of this game is not virtual, it's real. All players are remotely connected to this world through special avatars. Avatars have a physical form and are tightly connected to all 5 senses of the player. Oh, that's cool. Just work here. You're the only avatar on the whole ship. Those are the maintenance staff. That's cool. I had no idea this was part of the plot. Playground. You're not a regular player. You've lost your memory and we're trying to recover it. You've been in the game before. There's a chance you might remember your past. Okay. It's a game called Life. Rhombus Square, where all players start. Presumably I was the girl at the beginning of the game. Interesting concept. Specific audio patterns. You mean like certain combat words like ha, kia? And it'll also give me dialogue options. Oh, that's cool. One word, hi. That's awesome. This game's setting is pretty cool. I'm kind of pumped. In the solar panels. That would explain why the starting area was so, like, Japan-inspired. Yeah. Hi, hi, hi! Avatars are bad at swimming. Of course they are. They gray out NPCs that don't matter. Avatars are just fragile, temporary collection of instant matter. Real robots are made of metal. Okay. Hi! The embodiment of some gamer kitty's wildest dreams, lots of beefcake. Alright, good night, Brewski. And maybe you'll catch Golf Story or Donut County. Played a lot of good games today. I don't think I disliked any of them. Show us the balls. I do like that ricochet mechanic, that's cool. Oh, it's only destructible from a certain side? I see. I'm up on the back, I don't know if I can. 18 more. Well, maybe I can still destroy them to do some ricochet stuff with it. That's cool. Almost. There it is. First try. Oh, I didn't see any balls, only the boxes disappearing, because he had the goggles on. You wear AR goggles to see them. That's cool. Oh man, that's a lot of freedom at the beginning of the game. Let's check it out. Yeah, the soundtrack, that particular bass instrument they went with sounds a lot like the bass that Yasuner admits that it really likes. Oh, this is where I was doing those puzzles earlier. Okay. Need to be back here. Oh, Nightburner. May have missed you. Night, this name, sequel. Just hardcode the word hi under a speech module. He's not that grumpy, he just looks grumpy. Let's go up one more. Are they watching somebody playing the game? Oh no, someone's actually playing a video game. I thought they canceled this game. I like the little menus in the corner, looks like it's a traditional RPG. It's cool. How did you do it? I can see that. That's pretty messy. The Avatar girl we were warned about. Time to start. Aiming and throwing. For the target bot. Much closer. Do you have a lock-on power? Throwing your precision will improve over time. Keep the aim and stop the darn throwing. Okay, that's cool. Ah, okay. I thought it was just for charge shots, but that's cool. Turret will start shooting at you. Keep your aim, but don't throw anything. Dodge the turret's bullets without losing your aim. This might be kind of tough, I'm gonna keep trying. Whoa, that's nuts. Guard. She does not know how to guard. Okay. Left trigger, maybe? Hold B or left bumper without moving to guard. Okay. That's elegant. Aim during guard, it's slow but it works. Okay, that's cool. Cool. Yep. I like the tell there for the ball attack versus the dash attack. Captain, I need you on the bridge right now. Something is approaching us quickly. Okay, interesting. Somebody else that works for Crossworlds? Oh wow, it's a person. That's weird. Who's this guy? Shit is not part of the playground. Don't be a nuisance and get lost. Perceive the presence of a misplaced individual. Did you just call me mortal, you nutcase? Super powerful player character takes over. It's like the plot of the Make Love Not Warcraft episode of South Park. Add transmogs to this game. Whoa. It's a cool enemy. They match your level. Hi, hi, hi. Ouch. Figure out where I can damage him, right? Probably the box on the top. There we go. We gotta find a way to climb on top of him, I guess. Oh, there's a ramp in front, I see. Let's do it next time. Woof. I think I need to block that. This is a beatable boss. I appreciate that, yeah. Don't assume that it's unbeatable. Let's see what happens when I die. Okay, it starts the skip cutscene. We've also got to guard this guy, I think. Maybe not, actually. It's a giant enemy crab. Oops. We got some healing we're doing now, that's nice. Good tips. Pretty traditional boss mechanic so far, like does the same abilities and now it does it twice. It'll probably be 3 times after that. I wonder if you always get a heal when you get a boss progress tick mark. Cool bubble attack. It has a really wide hitbox. First try. Unlocked real history. Level up. Level CP, max HP, attack, and defense. The spinning motion. One cannot find it twice in this world. I won't actually. Get him, Captain. Pile of instant matter. But you imagine that they would be really strong at taking out avatars. Can't handle a real explosion. I'm pumped to get into the MMO world. I'm interested to see what it's like. High-level opponents, don't fight them. Run to the teleporter. Okay. That's cool. I love the combat icon, too. Top of the screen when you're in danger. It's a little red thing with the sword icon. Oh god. Okay, got it. Well, they let me get over that quickly. Hi, hi, hi! That's cool. That's really cool. She's using the instant matter builder to make the little bridges. The timing on that was awesome. Enjoy Crossworlds. throwing your trash all over the ship. Destroys all instant matter, presumably. Cool. So I wonder what happens when their avatars get destroyed. They lose level, or what happens? That was a cool pan. This game's setting is really intriguing. It's like, it might end up being like Ready Player One, but not bad. Ready Player One's actually not that bad. It's just, very, very, very heavy on the references. Die in the game, you die in real life. Rhombus Square, Newcomer's Bridge. Do this part the official way to avoid suspicion. Pass as a regular player. Must avoid being reported at any cost. Hi? You are not the first player with these problems. Most of these players will be newcomers just like you. Veterans usually skip this part. You totally choose a short avatar, they said. It'll be so cute. I like how most of the characters don't have things to say and there's a pop-up if they do. Yeah, I really like it so far. It all takes place inside an MMO. But it's a much cooler approach, I think. It's a much more sci-fi approach than something like Dot Hack. Holocaust croissant. I love that my character can only say hi right now. I'm excited to learn a couple more words. Rookie Dungeon number 3. They added a welcome sign, very hospitable. Each player is placed into a separate instance of these rooms. We would not want other players to interfere. I see. Puzzles in this game are really cool, too. Really have to work in your vocabulary. Interesting. I have to get this to deflect off all of them, presumably. Cool. Puzzles remind me of Lufia in terms of difficulty so far. They hit it multiple times, I think. Got it. Yeah, me too. Really enjoying the audio design. The combat design, the music, the setting is really cool. It's not super wordy. Sometimes you get worried about indie games. They've intrigued me just enough that I want to know more about what's going on here. Not rolling my eyes at the game so far. Yeah, I can hear that. Quick menu. Doesn't hold left trigger. Menu. Soup items, open the map, inspect the environment. It's really good at gating your powers too. Like, it hasn't been boring not having all of these abilities. Love this UI, it's so clean. Chest, but what's inside? Sandwich times 3. Green leaf tea. So far, it's my favorite take on the it's a real MMO game within a game concept. I've heard that's gotten pretty popular, right? Especially in Japan. It's more than just dot hack. Yeah, it said in the opening that they wanted the puzzles to be tough too. Cool. Oh, okay. Drains my health with that app. That's good to know. Let's see. Got it. But I actually want the blue one out there. Okay. So I can climb it. That was straightforward. The gameplay speed feels really nice too, like the character moves at just the right speed. I love the little elements like those switches filling up with energy as you kill enemies too. Cool. It feels really polished. So it sounds like they've been working on it for at least 5 years, maybe a little bit longer. Yeah, for sure. Glad we're playing it that it's done. Probably could have gotten the other shot from up there, shit. Cool. Story wasn't complete until the full release this year. Okay, wow. Interesting. I can totally hear the Kingdom Hearts in these non-boss fights. Oh, I guess I timed that right? That's cool. I interrupted its attack from the charge attack, I guess. That's cool. God, it's just so fast, too. The game does not take a long time to do stuff. It's fantastic in that respect. The battle's just over, you get whatever the reward was, move on to the next room. It's the opposite of Skyward Sword. I hope this game has gotten good reviews. I hope it stays good in the late game. Right now, with the wave function on collapse, I'm really excited to see where they're going to take it. New ability before I have to kill 22 enemies? Charge attack, maybe? Character menu. Whoa! Inventory, equipment. Rookie hats, rookie belts. I love how they can be super on the nose because of the whole MMO thing. That's awesome. Turn on auto button. Sweet. %, max HP, heartwarming nonetheless. I love how the enemies that are a danger are in red, so I know which ones to focus on. Try to interrupt. I'm gonna start to give XP at this point. Sweet. Oh shit, should have stopped that. The little XP menu in the corner, like as you get more XP, you can just see the total increasing. It's really nice. Level 3, that's strange. Oh, that's cool. I see. Huh. That's tricky. Cool, got it. Gonna end there. Other than the Chrono Base, it's the most familiar one for sure. That's how it has to finish. So how do we do that? Oh, that changes things. Okay, I didn't think about that. Cool. Yeah, I really like the strong piano. It reminds me a lot of like the Undertale soundtrack. The fife noise sounds really familiar. I can't quite place it though. This guy again. This theme sounds really familiar too, like another Super Nintendo game. Keeps trying to turn that off whenever I hit it. That's so cool. Shoot, should have shielded part of that. Yeah, when you get to those points, you get some healing, and I gotta bounce stuff off the back now to damage him, right? Oh no! Helped a little bit. Have to trigger that enough. Oh, shield break, nice. This is a really cool boss fight. I like how I have to fix between shooting fast and shooting precise, right? I'm gonna lose the first attempt here. It's pretty hard. There it is. Let's see what it wants me to do now. Ooh, yikes. Next try. Learned physics. Alright, round 2. We got it this time. Don't eat the first 2 shots in the face, Fix. Okay. What does this one remind me of? This one reminds me of Mario Kart, actually. Yeah, it sounds just like Mario Kart. Much better. It's such a cool attack. I love it. Cool. Oh, much better. Man, I'm excited for boss fights that are all basically puzzles and what's basically an action RPG. That's really cool. The ricochet system is really neat. Cool. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. It's delightful. Very cool mechanically. Really like the story, the setting. Dialogue precision. Polish, menus. We put glass reflectors behind this robot. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, they just made it into a mechanic. And why my abilities are so explicitly gated. Circuit. Oh, this is where I spend CP. Whoa, it's a sphere grid! Dude! Cool. This game is super rad. Switch between branching skills at any time without spending XP. Oh, that's cool. Let me save. I assume the game's auto-saving as well. Looks like it. Yeah, this menu reminds me a lot of Chrono Trigger. Very clean looking. Alright. Sphere grid. Let's go. There's attack. Attack melee. Damage on enemies that are attacking or charging. 10%. Powerful attack with a smaller range. Max HP. Item booster. Oh, that I kind of want to go for that, even though I usually don't like going for health in games. I like regeneration a lot. Powerful attack that hit exactly one enemy. Dash through your enemies. So knockback doesn't charge projectiles. Guarding reflects damage. Uses resistance. Frequency of critical hits. Oh. Iframes. Interesting. Our projectile flies through enemies. I'm gonna try to go for regeneration. Dang game. I have never tried to do that first before in any game. I'm kind of pumped about it. I love that you can change the branch too, that's very cool. Alright, swap branches. Add another word to your vocabulary. Her name. Hi, Leah. Hi, Leah, hi. To manually extend your thought control model. Cool. I hope this game gets on Subblock or the voting spreadsheet, because I'm really interested in playing the rest of it. 2 hours would be a good introduction, though, I think. I know, right, Spiky? It's very different than what I thought it was. The name doesn't stand out all that much. I wonder why they went with CrossCode rather than CrossWorlds. Cross Central. This guy's been paying attention. Blue-haired Spheromancer. You're at level 4, and this is unheard of. Forced to assume you, young lady, have been cheating. God, it's very anime. No player on record has ever reached level 4 at this point. Hi. Could pretend I don't know you. Sometimes pretend to be a moderator. Interesting. Oh, I collected the extra XP from the crab boss. Forgot about that. Your friend just went AFK. He felt sick after the last stage. I have to wait for him to come back. First world problems. I love that he's in like this hologram mode. This game is just really interesting because it's completely Western, right? I don't know, it like feels charmingly anime inspired. It's not irritating me though. Gonna get hella banned, I know, right? New one destination for us newbies, Rookie Harbor. I like that it appears that Spheromancer is my class too, and there's all sorts of other classes you could play as. Or advisor NPCs just explaining the same thing over and over again. Actual artificial intelligences. Interactions with players are limited. Still have trouble passing the Turing test. She seemed to notice that. That's cool. Central teleportation hub, huh? Interesting. I wonder if that's adding lore to something somewhere. I can review all of this conversation log? Man, this game is so polished! It's the onsen scene. I see, so we can't move through the... Oh, that's so cool, all the other players running around! Man, they really put work into this game. I like this one a lot. How to use landmarks. Teleport to landmarks, selected on the map menu. You can also switch to the world map view. It seems like it has a lot of complicated systems, but it's been really good about gating them in a way that's not annoying. This looks like extremely your shit, Spike. Morning, Yahan. How are you? How's it going? Whoa! Try to reach those boxes without touching the ground. That's such an MMO thing. Railing Rider. Alright. Doing track quests, okay. Go to the quest menu, look at the quests. Circle through the tasks and mark quests outside the menu by pressing left and R. Now I got it. It's neat. Yeah, I know, it's an MMO jumping puzzle, but in like a 2D top-down game. I'm just really impressed by this, how it's managing to deliver on its, Like, I've played a lot of indie games that have an obvious fantasy. The dev wanted to do something and they couldn't really deliver exactly what they were going for. This feels like exactly what they were going for. And it's kind of a neat concept to adapt what's a 3D MMO into a setting like this. Games have merged into a weird dream collective. Your mushrooms always be sauteed and your onions always be grilled. Sweet. Look how fast that was, too. No bullshit, no long dialogue. Nice, Yahan. Good talk to this guy. So that quest is supposed to introduce me to the idea that this could be possible. Hi! Worth checking. Yeah, I wonder who the devs are. The graphics are like, they're not quite RPG Maker-y. I don't know, like, they're... What was that? Did they honestly design it that way? That was awesome. I'm Drop into the water from the back. It feels like this could have been an actual game for the Super Nintendo, except it's got a bunch of really high quality features. Adventure Horror Dream, starring vague versions of Dylan, Jamie, and Cat. Jeez. Oh, thanks. Probably get up there, right? Don't jump in the water! Stop that. Let me get to that chest. It's hard to move at an angle. I might be able to do it. Shit. I stopped falling in the water. 3rd gen Pokemon game for the GBA. Yeah. It's a cool art style. It's hard. Really don't want to die doing this. This is meant to be difficult. If I had known this game was so hype, I would have played it earlier in the schedule. But I tried to play the ones that I knew were most obviously, like, recent, exciting releases. Maybe I can walk easier? Get that chest! This actually feels like an MMO jumping puzzle. Hey, Kai Mom, how you doing? I'll get it later. I think there's an easier way to get to it anyway. Hey, what do we got? Fruit drink. Alright, go to our first MMO island. A medieval fantasy world. I met her during the tutorial. Those character's name is Schneider, and the player's name is Lukas. Gotcha. It's a big place, so it's confusing for rookies. I love how most of the characters, like, you can tell the player characters from the NPCs because they all have over-the-top MMO costumes. The Nerd Hub. Her name is Emilie. Trailblazer, I cut things. I'm excited to explore more of this town later when I'm not following this guy. We need to collect the required trade items in the wild. It's cool. They didn't need to do that. It's the quest hub. Still waters run deep. What about the main quest? This really feels like having a friend show you around an MMO you haven't played before. It's actually a phenomenon that I felt that Westworld really accomplished well. Okay. Can't do. There's a big feel in the first few episodes of Westworld where one of the main characters, his friend is like a guy that's played this MMO a billion times and keeps telling him to skip the quests and stuff. Hurry up and get to the fun part. Felt super real. Welcome to Operation Trackwalker. Whoa, look at your portrait. We're looking at the natural satellite Shadoon. This place was once inhabited by intelligent life forms referred to as the Ancients. The Ancients ceased to exist a long time ago. They left behind a technological heritage. Track of the Ancients. I wonder if this is like 100% the video game plot. If you're just joining us, the game we're playing is set inside an MMO, so the character I'm controlling is a real person's avatar, and she's currently busted, so she can only say 2 words. She can say hi, and she can say her name. So it's a neat way of having a silent protagonist who's not all the way silent and has some in-game reason for it. So what I don't know is if this whole thing with these ancient trackland is an actual real thing that they're using the game to explore. What's the plot? It's fun. Diamond aesthetic makes you think of Hyperlife Drifter, yeah. Copy, pave with obstacles. Discovering the secrets. Collect the elements. Village of Bergen. That's how the story opened, the cold open with the girl who kind of looked like the main character. Talking about the heat elements. Oh, what's this? Green leaf shade. Record all the knowledge you encounter on your journey. There's all these, like, they're really nailing the feel. You know, you're at this central quest hub and there's all these people just standing around it, right-clicking on it. Track of the Ancients it is. All past events and people we've met so far. A few insights into technology. Cool. Whoa. Beta mouse spot. Oh man. That's so cool. There's lore entries for all of them too? Man. If everyone has collision, that has to be awful, right? Oh, there's trophies too. Dude, this game is insane. It seems really expansive. I'm very impressed by that. Ancients were a highly advanced humanoid society. Track of the Ancients is the lengthy trial of agility, intelligence, and strength. Self-sufficient system which a challenger selects one of 5 virtues. 29 seems great for this kind of game. That's like the magic number too. I want to say that Chrono Trigger is close to 30 hours. 5 virtues mirror the foundation on which the Ancients' culture was built. You know I really like this game because I'm pausing to read lore. Last time I did that was, I think, Mass Effect. I usually wrap games about within 80% of the how long to beat limit, depending on how I play it. Agility, shock, hexagon, wave, circle. Okay. So let's try part of the track of the Ancients. 23? Okay. To me, Chrono Trigger is like the perfect game when it comes to lots of elements. I think the length is perfect, the side quests are perfect, combat pacing is perfect, the dialogue precision is perfect. Even after 10 years of Operation Track Record, not a single seeker has managed to overcome the final challenge. I can see how they're taking that. I like that I'm getting encyclopedia entries for each of these too. Makes me want to find all the lore. See, that's another thing, is that this game, can't think of a better way to put it, but it's not, like, up its own butt. Like, it does little things that feel very MMO-like without, you know, calling attention to it constantly. Like, get it? All these players are standing around in the quest hub. Quest hub, Use your abilities as a seeker to assist the 4 factions in their duties. Organizations that secure humanity's survival. Each faction is a subdivision in Ricky Harbor. Special assignment. Each of the 4 factions is a local subdivision in Ricky Harbor. Fall Divers, Ricky Harbor Guard, Coastal Trading Coalition, and Fruits of Autumn. Roger. Mr. Nomsworth. Hi. Yeah. I could see that so far. Authentic is a good word to describe this so far. I get really worried with indie games. Like, I love indie games a lot, but when you have this much dialogue, it can get really, really bad. Overly long, not precise. Sure, why not? I think it has the same font as Chrono Trigger. The UI is pretty familiar. Like, the actual core gameplay loop is nothing like Chrono Trigger, but that's what's coming to mind most so far. So many shops. Oh, Kaihan. Shop, you can buy consumables. Some enemies. Take on too many hedgehogs at once. Want to form a party? It's not that fun to travel around with a high-level friend. No kidding. Okay. Like, they've done an interesting job of giving you a small set of tasks to do, but also making the starter hub area feel big and, like, intimidating. So almost every MMO is like that. You do the open tutorial, and then you pop into Orgrimmar, and you're like, oh my god, there's a million quests, and the town is huge. I have no idea where to go. There's 20 shop NPCs in every direction. But they've managed to both give you that feeling while giving you some clear direction of where to go and what to do. Autumn's Rise. Party members. Yeah, sure. How does that work in what appears to be a single-player game? Status of your party members is displayed, or not single-player, but single-character combat game. Change the behavior of your party members via party strategy. Social menus unlocked. Detailed stats. Her character name is Emilionator. Her name must be Emilie then. That's what Lukas was joking about. God, all the dialogue just happens around you. You don't have to go up and talk to people. It's great. Ah, that's how I'm able to open the gate to leave. Alright. I want to do the faction quest as well, but I kind of want to play around with the dialogue. Got 20 shop NPCs in every direction, and all of them are completely useless. Because you could use phasing to help with that. You could phase out most of the NPCs you wouldn't care about as a new character. Your combat rank is displayed in the upper right corner. Defeating enemies, your rank will increase. The higher combat rank enemies drop more items, including special rare items. When you're out of combat, you enter the cooldown phase. The blue line disappears, combat will end, and you will lose your rank. Oh, that's cool. I dig it. Are you a guy that wants me to kill hedgehogs? Good night, Leon. That's true, it could feel empty. Be 10 hedgehogs! Hedgehags, I should say. Oh wow, the ally AI is pretty cool. Watching the cooldown happen. As long as I enter combat, I'm okay. All the other players running around too. It's really neat. There's a secret item I can get over there, it looks like. How open is it? It can't be that big, right? Makes me kind of want to play a 2D MMO again. It's the one I played the most hardcore when I was a kid. It's 2D. Hope this game makes a lot of money and they can make it into an actual MMO. I play the shit out of it. Find out how to get up to that level. That loot thing for fighting lots of enemies is really sweet. What's up, dude? Can help you. Sure. Henry, the researcher. Tracking the ancients only allows seekers to find certain things. Okay. Hopefully I can just accept all the quests I want. Apples in Autumn's Rise. Enemies in Autumn's Rise. Landmarks in Autumn's Rise. Probe in Pathway 6. Yeah, like, being able to go in lots of different directions and accept all sorts of different quests all at the same time, and, like, trying to stack them, you know? Like, efficiency is such an important part of MMO gameplay. Realizing, oh, I can get 3 different quests that all have me attacking the same enemy. I should accept all of them at once. Can I respawn? Can I get the hedgehogs to respawn? Oh, I don't think I can. Shit, that's a bummer. Sandwich, nice. Yeah. Has issues as a storytelling medium for sure. I think it can be done. They clearly like MMOs a lot though, right? Looks like I can get the loot pretty easily, too. I like the concept of an MMO. Right. Yeah, the game I used to play is called Nexus. It's a 2D MMO. Oh right, I thought I had a quick menu somewhere. Hold on. See if I can find it again. There it is. Can't eat for free though, it looks like. Good to know. Alright, she regenerates after a while, that's good to know. Go team. Access denied. Unlock it first. Battle rank is, there was a tutorial for it a second ago, so, like, as the rank gets higher, I get more magic find, I get better loot, and the way I keep it going is I chain battles together, so it's basically the chain XP system from Final Fantasy XI. So after I finish a battle, there's a little cooldown on the screen that starts playing out, and if I can make it to another fight before the cooldown runs out, it resets. And I can chain it up really high. It's pretty cool. Try to farm the break on those guys so they don't teleport constantly. I know, right? They do respawn after a certain number of screens I move away from them, maybe, is what it is? Hey! Oh, and it tells you when the quest is done! I love it. Crosswalkers. Give me XP, too. Nice. There's another quest for me? Autumn leaves, ×3. Okay. Equipment. All nice. Grasswalkers. Let's get in my sphere grid here. How much more do I need for the HP regeneration? 4? I need 3 more. This battle theme is just the right amount of not important. Yeah. I'm just really impressed at how polished this game is. It can't have been a big team that was making it. Ben Donovan, feel better. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, it's like a battle theme that sounds like I'm just fighting regular random crap out in the field to grind XP. But it's also not so annoying that if I heard it over and over, it would upset me. Yeah, so you can see a little cooldown meter at the top of the screen there. It's like a bar at the very top and bottom of the screen. Right now it's red because I'm in combat, but it will start to drain when I go to mix the next enemy. Fight these guys again. It was a pretty good deal last time. Hit them during the red flashing thing and they get stunned. I love it. It's a really high skill cap. And it's actually kind of hard to target that and time it right. Nice break. You can AoE them, or melee them down, rather. I'm kicking these guys' ass this time now that I'm focusing on the break. Cool. Credits. It looks like the stuff you cut down stays cut down, so that's good to know. Find a way to get up top here. There's a way to jump up. Jumping puzzle shit. Hey! This game didn't have to give you quest pop-ups when you succeeded a task, that's nice. Your ally can break too, that's cool. It looks like some of these do respawn, that's cool. I feel like the whole cooldown system also helps with the issue we were having in Dark Cloud 2, right? Where, like, you would keep starting the battle theme because you'd walk near enemies, but it keeps the battle theme running as long as you're willing to keep fighting enemies, and then once it runs out there, it goes away. I know I'm, like, super gushing over this game, but it doesn't have any business being as good as it is. This game had every reason to be like a cringy storyline and not very polished gameplay or menuing. Doesn't really nail the MMO feel, but it's hitting all the right notes for me right now. Yeah. I get a lot of Chrono Trigger feel from this game, even though it's really nothing like Chrono Trigger. The level is now in an acceptable range. For a noble yet unappreciated class. Striking crimson outfit. Yeah, they're underpowered. Like that they also managed to have enemies and like other players running around constantly without the world map feeling super cluttered. Like, that's really hard to do in a 2D game, especially. These hedgehogs just kind of chilling out here. And a name like Hedgehog is very MMO sounding, too. I don't know if this is my favorite game that I played in 2018, but it's definitely like my biggest surprise. I think I just put it on there because it was on Chaos's list because he looked up like good indie games from the last couple of years. And this one was pretty well rated. Whether they follow the proper path of the map or not. Definitely trying to beta break, there we go.
Obelisk.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Pieces. Yeah, I don't know that I would say that this game is, like, objectively going to be amazing for everyone who plays it. It just happens to be pushing a lot of my buttons. Checking a lot of my boxes, rather. I mentioned before that I grew up, my parents are really into the local metal scene in Columbus, Ohio. And, like, metal bands are the worst. I like metal a lot, but local metal is bad. It's, very low talent. A lot of people who can't play their instruments and can't sing that get away with going out there anyway. So, like, when I first went to, like, just a normal bar and saw a normal cover band that could actually play their instruments, I was really impressed. So in a lot of this game, I'm just really impressed that it's so competent. And there's so many things that it could be doing wrong that it's not doing wrong. I'm giving it lots more points. This game could have very easily been bad. This is one of the most fun action RPG combat systems I've ever seen, too. I really like the shooting versus melee, the dodging, blocking, the combat chaining system. Intensity of metal bands goes soft when they learn to play. I don't know what it is about metal in particular. I mean, I've been to a lot of other, like, novice concerts since then, different genres. Metal, it's like they feel like they don't need to learn how to play. Oh shit, I should heal. I gotta find that button again, there it is. Sandwich, combat sandwich. I love that you have to pause to eat too, it's not a full heal, right? It's not all the way Estus Flask, but I hated that about Breath of the Wild, that you could trivialize everything by just combat pausing and full healing yourself. Sweet. Enjoy breakfast, see you later. Really wondering how I get up on that top level. Maybe I'll get a higher jump later on. Yeah, it's so much worse than just having enemies drop parts, exactly. All these players just running around, it's great. Big fan. Look at my quest progress so far. Season apples, old beetles, mad bovine, old hedgehog. Going for HP regeneration first, then I will. I know I'm not using my SP right now. Yeah, I'm sure I'll get one. Oops. You can, if you're concerned I'm not playing it the right way, you can type !hide before your message. No, it's okay. I appreciate it though, Propagable. If you type !hide before your message, you can talk about it with chat. And if it's really something that everyone in chat feels that I should do, if you guys discuss it in hide first, then you're welcome to share it from there. All these merchants, it's great. And they make it super clear. They're not really complicated. Just trading stuff. Sort of take on the stuck in an MMO genre where the MMO is nearly dead. It's an interesting question. But That's a cool concept, because it's a very specific, like, feel to the world when that happens. Northwest of Bergen Trail. I have to log out sooner or later. Playing for a long while. Old hedgehog now. Palette swap. I like it. Fell down. Interesting. Emilie kill! There's some of these sticking happens as the MMO dies. I usually have another twist on top of that. One person in an empty world. Yeah, if you will on maintenance mode updates, yeah. I like that this one doesn't feel very stuck in an MMO yet, or that the MMOs are real or important, and they could still go in that direction. I wouldn't mind if it's just like, hey, this is a cool MMO, and there's some neat lore about how they built it. I feel like it's probably going to be important, though. Like, the whole ancient trackline thing is real. That's why they built this MMO, so that we can find these secrets. That would be fine, though. That seems reasonable. Player just chilling in a difficult to reach area over there down there. That's cool. I know, right? I love that too. I'm just tempering my expectations. The last time I was like, oh man, it's gonna be not a big deal. It's just gonna be an MMO. Wouldn't that be cool? What was it, Horizon Zero Dawn? I almost get super pumped that she was just gonna be a nobody. It was just gonna be a small story, her exploring the world. It's alright. Keep having that happen in movies too. I was watching this horror movie that I really enjoyed, that it really seemed like they were going in the direction that it was just mental illness. Like there was nothing supernatural going on. The person was just like grieving, and they believed in the occult and they were stressing out and seeing things where there weren't anything, and it was so close to that. And then in like the last 10 minutes, no, it was pretty clearly actually supernatural. God damn it. Could have done something different. Somewhere safe first, I guess. I love that you have to charge up that heal, even if it's brief. I hate gimme healing. It's the longest we've heard this battle theme go on for. Stays cool for a while. Oh shit. Oh, this was very bad. I just want more low stakes, small world settings. Cool little adventures that make sense on their own. It doesn't always have to be saving the world. Although, I think that the whole, like, the ancients are real. Oh shit. Let's see what happens when I die there. The ancients are real, and they built the MMO as a way for people to investigate them. It's still kind of a cool idea. Like, it doesn't do the trapped in the MMO thing. Like, players can join in and leave if they want to. Okay, this area is way too high level for me, so I'm gonna back up. The game, I think, it either sort of expects me to grind or expects me to quest in town, which normally would really bother me in a single-player game, but the combat in this is really compelling. Even against easy enemies, just like trying to chain fights together really quickly is cool. I wonder how they got all the NPCs just running around the game world, if they just have a single script that handles that everywhere, or if like that particular character is always guaranteed to appear the first time I approach this bridge. Bovine's barely taking any damage from my attack. You attack him from the back. Close and personal. Beetlejuice reboot is just a schizophrenic girl trying to cope. Oh, okay. I thought that was the same fight. I think my only complaint with this game so far is that it has a pretty big verticality focus, and sometimes it's difficult for me to tell the elevation of things, given that the player can hop up and down between them. Very mild, though. Like there, I thought maybe I could make that jump, but I couldn't quite. These enemies I can handle. I think I always auto loot. I don't have to walk on top of the thing. I'm not 100% sure about that. I might actually take Z4 your advice and try a skill here. See how it plays out. I need to decide which tree I want to go down though. I don't think there's one in the health side. I'll check though. Nice. I'm still kind of wondering what the catch is with this game, right? Is it that the beginning is super polished, and like the last 5 hours are unfinished? You guys are saying that it was an alpha for a really long time, and they only recently finished the story, right? It's like a lot of it was playable, but not like the final chapters, maybe. That's the way to do it, maybe. Just hearing that I had an alpha also heavily lowers my expectations. Like hearing that there's a local Columbus, Ohio metal band, right? Just hearing that, it's like hearing open world survival. Something I really like that's a nice touch, like interactable flowers that drop things shine a little bit, like they've got like a hologram effect on them. and everything else that's not interactable that's not. So you can clearly tell what you should be attacking. Yeah, that's cool. Some damage for falling in the water and then they pop back out. We're not just immune to it. Alright, I'm gonna try this out. Take Z4's advice, if I can access one. First cut. Dash right through your enemies, damaging everything in your way. Increases knockback, distance, and charge projectiles. Let's try this one, it's cheap. Learn how to use dash arts. Dash into a direction and press right trigger at the same time to charge a dash art. Oh, I like the slowdown on that. Good call, Z4. Gives you a chance to, like, aim it. Oh, that's awesome. It'd be kind of annoying to use if it didn't have that slowdown. SP regenerates slower in combat, it looks like. It sounds like I can freely try the other mode as well. Swap. That's cool. I think I prefer the other one though. That's true. Although it was actually kind of working in it was working in Full Metal Furies, so it could work in instance content, which is the only content where it would matter. It's such a cool ability. No, somebody just slow down. Well, there's like there's a thing in Full Metal Furies, which is 4-player, where there's sometimes slowdown when enemies use specific attacks. And it's a very specific, like, there's like a screen shake element. You can tell how it's different from lag. Everything in the game slows down. Go that way yet. I'm doing my quest. 5 gold beetles. Mad bovine, old hedgehog. We need to do the 4 factions quests. No, there's a player one too. So the sniper that Serp was playing has an ability that when they go to aim, they slow down the game, and it slows down for everyone. And he was able to use it whenever he wanted, and it felt really good. Like, it was actually kind of nice sometimes, as it let me focus on what was going on, change the path of my abilities, and it worked even with netcode, him playing from Europe. Now, you kind of have to see it to see what I mean, but it actually worked, surprisingly. Classic, get him to run into a wall. Yeah, when I first found out it was in the game, I'm like, there's no way that's gonna work, right? You can't do slowdown in a multiplayer game. But it actually functions surprisingly well. Charge into the wall, buddy. Keep getting him to face the other way. Cool. Oh, and I can press skip to end the battle. I don't want to keep hearing this music. That's cool too. I get a full heal out of combat. It's brilliant. I haven't heard of Valkyrie in our game, is it? Is it 4? The best way I can describe the slowdown in that game that was player triggered was, it was like if you ever played the original release of Binding of Isaac, where it was really poorly optimized, so sometimes the frame rate would slow down. But the way the game was oriented, it was almost never an inconvenience because you could use that time to better position your character, even though it was completely unpredictable. It was kind of a similar phenomenon, so it could work in a game where positioning matters, and that's just expected to happen sometimes due to player and enemy abilities. For whatever reason, Full Metal Furies was set up in a way where it wasn't distracting. I don't know how they did it. They're good devs, obviously, the people who made Rogue Legacy. Congregate Newgrounds? Oh, cool. Kind of a cool way of like simulating gathering in MMOs too, by having you running around and attack those things. Hey, I got the probe. Nice. It's one of my side quests. Without having a bunch of annoying nodes that I have to go up to. I think this is one of the enemies I need to kill, right? Oh wait, no, I did that. Old hedgehogs I need. These guys, maybe? Can I knock him into the water on purpose? Yeah, I can. Do a bunch of flying damage in there. Skip. Collected the data on the requested enemies. Sweet. I need 2 gold beetles and find the landmarks. I don't think I have a warp option, do I? Not yet. Like a Hearthstone. Alright, that's time for CrossCode. We're still a little ahead on time, so I'm going to take a short break, run to the restroom, grab another soda, grab some more snacks. And then the next game we're playing is Dungeons of Dreadmore, which is totally blind for me. I'll be back in a little bit with the next game. I really want to see more CrossCode, though. This game is awesome. It's way more than I was expecting it to be. Yeah, probably.